photograph generator in chemistry.
The wonders of CCTV. I could put it up on the projector if you like, and we can all have a look.
It was a retort stand, not a Van de Graaff.
Ah, that explains it. I knew there'd be a perfectly innocent explanation.
She knocked over some test tubes, that's all.
For which the penalty is a retort stand to the head.
I take my chemistry very seriously.
As the spectacular results of your department clearly demonstrate.
Well, she certainly had time to knock over a few test tubes, being as how she was in there a good half hour before you. Maybe she was looking for some of your GCSE coursework.
As the headmistress has so helpfully pointed out, my students don't pass their chemistry, so it'd be unlikely I'd be fiddling their coursework.
Actually, the fact that your students keep failing makes it more likely you're fiddling their coursework. Left to their own devices, at least one of them would have the gumption to pass.
I think I know what she might have been doing.
Not Mr. Snack as well. Is there no one the little Jezebel hasn't defiled? It would appear that Satan has taken residence in Hyndburn, and only the power of prayer will loose his brawny grasp. O Lord, from whom no fornication is hidden.
Yes. Let's leave the prayers till later, shall we? Go on, Ted.
Well, at my house, after we'd,
After you demonstrated why Mrs. Nutter came last in the Acton and District Husband Swapping Championships.
well, yes. She kept asking me questions about Mr. Smack. She kept asking me why he was always late in the laboratory doing experiments. She actually implied that he was at the centre of the Hyndburn manufacture of legal hides.
Oh, that makes sense now. When I saw you in St Anne's, driving that Aston Martin, you said it was your brother's. It was yours, wasn't it?
Don't be absurd, of course it was my brother's.
The retort stand suggests otherwise.
Well, maybe you should go and talk to the inspector after all, Charlie. No, not so keen now.
Well, I think one of us should go and speak with the inspector. And as a woman of faith, I think it incumbent upon me. Or perhaps not. As Miss Arnold is also not implicated, then perhaps she should go. In which case, I could lead us all in a taste chant. Would Laudate Domino be acceptable? I always think it's more uplifting than the English translation. When you say not implicated, that's not entirely true.
Surely not Teresa as well.
No, not Miss Calcutta.
Me?
When Mademoiselle Reynard came to speak to you last week, unfortunately we had an equipment failure.
Oh, bollocks.
I happened to have taken delivery of my new iPhone that morning, and I was testing it by ringing the office phone. When I brought your coffee in, unfortunately, I left my iPad on your cupboard.
So, you left the line open between the office phone and your iPhone?
So you went back to your desk and listened to every word?
Not deliberately.
Not deliberately, so the handset leapt to your ear and wouldn't let go?
I picked up the phone to see if I could decide where I had left my iPhone.
And being slow on the uptake, it took you 15 minutes before you realised it were on Miss Arnold's cupboard.
Well, you may as well all know. The little tart was going to publish everything. The doctored exam strips and fiddled coursework, Mr. Smack and his nighttime alchemy, Mr. Stride and his adventures in the PE cupboard. The whole toxic lot.
Bye-bye knighthood.
Bye-bye, Joe.
Reputation dragged through the mud by the gutter press, when all you have done is tried your best for some disadvantaged students.
Everything I've worked for.
All those arses you kissed.
All those boring cocktail parties, smiling at people you don't like.
And all those meaningless committees, publishing papers that no one ever reads.
All the time you could have spent in the paddock.
Well, sad as it is, as the only one of unblemished character, I will go and speak with the inspector.
Before you do, perhaps just a quick word
Some spiritual guidance?
about your supposedly unblemished character.